Good morning. Welcome to Network 360 channel. In this video, we are going to cover security fabric integration between FortiClient and FortiGate. Our main agenda is restrict network access based on the domain membership using the FortiClient. Like the based on the domain membership, we want to restrict the user traffic in the policies using the FortiClient and FortiEMS. And this feature we can utilize not only domain membership. We have a lot of options. I'll go through that, and as well as we can restrict in on-premises clients as well as VPN clients. If you want to restrict VPN clients only connected using the domain membership or the specified domain laptops only, we can create the rules based on that. Okay, we will go through the detailed step. Infrastructure devices we are going to use perimeter firewall. On premises we are using old FortiGate 5.2 firmware, and in the Azure cloud we will use the firewall 6.4.6, FortiEMS 6.4.2 in the on premises. This is infrastructure devices, and one of the FortiClient, it's FortiClient in on premises, and the FortiClient is 6.4 version. All the configuration on premises and cloud, we will do it. We will focus on the integration part. The FortiGate on premises and Azure cloud for FortiGate, we already built a tunnel, IPsec tunnel, and from local to cloud and cloud to local, all traffic is allowed. The video is covered in mainly 6 steps. All the 6 steps is, first of all, for the integration between the FortiClient and FortiGate host tagging feature. We are using host tagging feature or zero trust feature for to get the dynamically IP address from the FortiEMS to FortiGate. Dynamically we will get the IP address, and that dynamic IP address we will utilize for the firewall policy. Mainly we divided all the process in 6 steps. First step is certificate. We have to establish secure connectivity between the FortiGate as well as FortiEMS, FortiGate and FortiEMS. We can use, we have the options. We can use the Microsoft certificate server. It's a freely available. You can activate the services in the Microsoft server and we can utilize, or we can use OpenSSL. Microsoft certificate server is not freely, but most of the infrastructure devices have infrastructure having the Microsoft environment. You can activate that service, you can utilize. In this video, I am going to use OpenSSL. OpenSSL, same software, same function we can create and we can delete and we can manage all the certificate. And OpenSSL is inbuilt with FortiEMS. I already created server and CA certificate, server certificate for the EMS, CA certificate for the EMS server as well as FortiGate. I already created. If you want to know more about how to create using OpenSSL certificate and how to get the certificate in the FortiGate, please do comment. I'm happy to do the same video in another video. I am happy to do the video in another video. Okay. This certificate we can use for the SSL, DSSL or SSH deep inspection, or VPN termination, SSL VPN. The client certificate also we can use it, that we have to create the client certificate. Okay, we will go through the we will go to the video. We will do the walkthrough step by step. In my infrastructure, I am using the Hyper-V and on-premise. Okay. This is my cloud firewall. This is my FortiEMS. The first step we have to use our created certificates on both the FortiGate and FortiEMS. Certificate location in the EMS server, installed for folders, program files, FortiNet, FortiClient EMS, Apache. It's Apache server. Actually, FortiClient is EMS is Apache server inside the bin. Inside the bin, you can see OpenSSL software. Yeah, here OpenSSL. Using OpenSSL, we created certificates. We created a CA certificate and the server certificate we already created. So this is the location, program file, FortiNet, FortiEMS, Apache, bin. In the EMS, go to system settings and EMS settings. Based on the custom host name, we can normally we will create the certificate, server certificate. In my case, I am not using the host name. I am using the IP address. IP address as a custom host name. Based on the custom host name, I created the certificate, SSL certificate, server certificate. In the production environment, normally here it will be the custom host name from the DNS server like ems.lab.local or whatever it's a public DNS server or internal DNS server. We can where it is used, based on that you can make a custom host name and and the subject name should be this one, which one, the host name, fully qualified host name. We have to okay we will go to the SSL certificate is not imported. Here we have to use PFX certificate. So C colon program files, FortiNet, FortiClient EMS, Apache 24, bin. This is the file where I am keeping. So this is the PFX. You can see the information PFX, and once we created the PFX, we should have the password test. Okay, so the certificate is okay. Save. The server will need to restart for changes to the following data. Okay, yes. Meanwhile, what we are going to do, we have the CA certificate. We have to import into the we have the CA certificate. We have to import the EMS server. Steps is here. Go to computer account, finish, open certificate store, because it's a Windows machine. Third party root certificate, authorities certificate. Here we are going to import. Same bin file. Okay, we are going to select all the files, and I created as a PEM file, labca root PEM file. Done. We can see labca. We can see the details. Okay, labca and labca.local. This is the subjects. Okay, done. So CA is imported, PFS is imported into the our EMS server. Once you go, we can see PFX is updated and the expiry. It's a 1 year certificate. Once this part is done, next step is we have to we have to import the certificate, CA certificate, in the FortiGate. File upload. We can use the same PEM file. CA cert lab.local ICT. Okay, this is the one. So now the first part is done. We imported the certificate in the FortiGate as well as FortiClient, EMS, Apache server, as well as in the EMS server. In EMS server where the a trusted root certificate lab. So root certificate in the third-party root certificates, and in the FortiGate, server certificate inside the FortiClient EMS server. Next step, we will create the security fabric. On the FortiGate firewall, fabric connectors, create new EMS, my local IP, lab.local. Normally this field will be the name. In my case, I am using the IP. 192.168.1.222 is the 10.0.1.4 is our Azure client, Azure firewall. From Azure firewall to on-premises FortiEMS, we are doing the fabric integration. We have to do one more step in here, because we have to go to the CLI and we have to specify the source IP from 10.0.1.4 because I am the FortiGate firewall in the cloud. So the source IP we have to specify. If in your premises, if the server and the FortiGate are on the same premises, then I don't think it's required. So we got it. It will be the red because I know it will be failed. So in order to do that one, we have to go to the CLI, config endpoint control, FCTEMS. FCTEMS is the, we can see this is our security fabric connection. I'm going to specify 10.0.1.4. Okay, we will see. So we specified the source IP. Double click. So connection should be, yeah. Once its connection is okay, FortiGate is not authorized. So we have to authorize it in the FortiClient. Oh, from here also certificate is not authorized. Okay, we will see. Okay, we are getting some certificate error. We will see. Authorization is required. So in order to get the authorization, we have to log out and log in from the FortiEMS. Okay, this is the serial number of our FortiGate and IP authorize. We'll do the authorize. Once authorized, we will check here. Okay, we got the certificate. This is a 1.222 our certificate, server certificate which we imported in the EMS lab.local. This is the details, and we already uploaded the CA in our FortiGate. Accept. Okay, done. Certificate is authorized. Now it's communication port. That also done. Okay, done. So security fabric integration is done. We should see the green sign. Okay, we are good to go now. Now on the FortiClient EMS. The second part also is done. Now we can verify the zero trust. Before it's a host tag, zero trust tags. If you go to the you can see, okay, zero trust monitor, nothing is here. Okay, we will do one more time, sign out and sign in. We have only one client. We have only one client which is AD based. Okay, so we will go to 6.4. The next step is the step number 3 is compliance verification. Compliance verification, we will go to the zero trust tags, zero trust tag rules. Here we will create the tag rules. Here we will create the tag rules. Based on the tag rules, we can the dynamically object will be updated in the FortiGate, and that dynamic object we can utilize in the firewall policy. There is a lot of options is available. We'll walk through. First, only the rule applied in 6.2 FortiClient 6.2.1 version above. The FortiClient version should be 6.2 above. Now domain lab dot loc. Okay, I created lab dot local, and here is the rules. Here we have a lot of options: Windows, Mac, Linux, iOS, Android. In Windows, because we have the Windows client, what I am going to do, logged in domain lab dot local. Save. We created the rule. If we want, okay, AD group based, we can use. Mainly AD group based we will use for the users, where they are using the SSL VPNs, and we want to control the devices, the laptop or desktop which is provided from the organization. That we can do from here itself. There is a lot of options. Same steps. Okay, so lab.local we created. Now we will go to the monitor. We can see or not. Okay, no, not yet. Tagged on. We don't have. So what we will do, we will go to that machine and we will do one more time. Because lab.local is in my Hyper-V. After the security fabric integration, we have to wait for some time, because in my setup it is it is a lab setup, so it's one of the virtual machine, Windows 10 endpoint and administrator, and is the details, everything we got it, and we did the tagging of lab.local. The same thing, the tagging information and dynamic object, we will get it here in the address, dynamic address. Critical, high, low, medium, array, and lab.local. Lab.local we created. Other all is created, and we can see the resolved IP address. Normally we will get here resolved IP address. In my case, I am using the lab setup, which is some limitations, so that's why we are not getting the IP address. In the real world, you will get properly IP address. We can verify using the diagnose message in the firewall. Diagnose firewall address, no, dynamic list. We can see the list. So the lab.local is already there. Now we can see how we are getting the FortiCloud. Same way we can see it here, our local IP address. So once we got it, we can create the policies. Lab.local. Same way you can do for the SSL VPN also. SSL VPN, you have to create the one for the user group and one for the address list. So address list you can call, if you are creating AD group based tagging, then you can call from on the policy. You can create the group based source. Then the user, when the user is connecting from home or from outside using his assigned laptop, then only he will get, because we are controlling the AD membership of the device, not the user. Normally SSL VPN based on the user. If you want to do the restriction based on the device level, we can utilize the tag feature of the EMS, and we can create the policies. It's the same like all the policies, and we can create the policies. In production, you can see here the IPs. In my lab setup, I have some limitations, so that's why we are not able to see. So we are concluding. We did the security fabric integration between the FortiClient and FortiGate, and dynamically we will get the details of the endpoints in FortiGate. Based on that details, that is a tag feature. Based on the tag feature, we are creating the policy. This same feature we can utilize for the FortiNAC also. FortiNAC also will do the same tagging. instead of FortiClient, we can, because that is in the that's a different part. FortiNAC also using the same way. So dynamically tagging and the tag rules we can create. So we are concluding. Thank you for watching. If you want more video about the mentioned features or FortiNAC, you can do comments. I will create the video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Bye.